Chapter 1, June 2nd, 2014. 10 a.m. Veterans Park, Boca Raton, Florida. Yo, name's Julian Alvarado. Just turned 18 yesterday. Class of 2014, baby. Boca Raton High. Graduation's over, summer just started, and I'm feeling like the world is mine. I'm out here at Veterans Park with my boys, Dre, Lucas, and Maddie, skating, chillin', vibin'. Dre's got his speaker blasting some old ASAP Rocky and Earl sweatshirt. Lucas keeps trying to land a crooked grind but keeps eating pavement. Maddie's just filming us on his cracked Galaxy S3. I'm wearing my favorite fit, Thrasher tee, khaki cargo shorts, black Vans, red snapback backwards, and that one rubber bracelet from Warped Tour last summer. 12 p.m. skate spot picnic table. We stop for some Gatorade and gas station snacks. Dre goes, "Yo, park's closing for good after tonight. Kinda wild, huh?" I nod. "Can't believe this place is gonna be gone tomorrow. Grew up here." Maddie's like, "Kinda poetic though, right? First day of summer, end of an era." I'm thinking, nah. I'm not letting the place go without one last ride. Beating down, PM. The heat wave hits. Lucas bounces, his mom wants him back for dinner. Maddie and Dre stick around. Filming clips for one last edit. Boca Burnout, Veterans Final Ride. I land a clean kickflip off the bench and yell, "Put that in the intro." 7:45 p.m. sunset's hitting. Yo, I'm a head out, I lie. Gotta walk home before it gets dark. Truth is, I'm staying till the bitter end. Dree daps me up. "Don't get locked in, bro." I laugh. Famous last words. The final mim, the final minute. I'm the only one left. My board's got fresh grip. The park's dead silent. I whisper to myself, one more trick. That's when I try a 360 flip off the ramp rail. My foot slips, helmet flies, I slam hard. Foot hits metal, skull hits concrete, blood's dripping down my forehead. Everything goes dark. I blinked against the sunlight slicing through the cracks of the decayed half pipe. My back ached from the hard concrete, but I wasn't in any rush to move. Felt like I'd crashed after a long skate session the night before. My board was still laying next to me like a loyal dog. Same grip tape, same stickers peeling off. Nothing weird yet, but something was off. The air felt stale, dead. Too quiet for a Tuesday morning. No dogs barking, no kids yelling. Not even the annoying drone of leaf blowers from the neighborhood across the road. Just wind. I stood up, brushed dirt off my flannel, and looked around. The park was trashed. Fences were caved in, grass was growing through cracks in the pavement, graffiti everywhere, none of it from our crew. Half the ramps were either torn down or rotting. My heart dropped. "What the hell happened overnight?" I muttered, stumbling toward the edge of the park. My legs were stiff, and everything smelled like dust and mildew. It felt like this place had been abandoned for years, not hours. But that couldn't be right? I jogged toward the corner store we always hit up for Arizona cans and gummy worms. Or I tried to. The whole block looked different. The corner store was now some boutique plant shop with a neon sign that read "Roots and Rituals." What the hell was a matcha algae latte? I walked in and got stared at by some girl in a weird puffy vest thing and black lipstick. She looked me up and down like I was the one who didn't belong. "Can I help you?" she said, phone in hand. I glanced at it, some see-through thing, paper thin and glowing edge to edge. That wasn't an iPhone. What was that? Nah, I'm just looking. I dipped out before I embarrassed myself. Where was the bodega guy? Where was the dusty candy aisle? Where were the price tags that made sense? I finally found a newspaper stand outside a closed-down library. The cover read, June 2nd, 2024, South Florida Weekly. I laughed. A joke, right? Must be an old paper, printed as a prank or collectible or something. Until I saw the cars. Nothing on the street looked familiar. Not a single Civic or beat-up Corolla. It was all Teslas. Some boxy van thing drove by with no driver. I froze. No. I bolted toward my old apartment complex. Well, what I thought was mine. It was still there. Same bones. But the paint was different. The name was changed. The whole lot had been redone with new landscaping. It looked like some mid-tier Airbnb now. I rang the buzzer. No answer. Tried the name directory. My family's name wasn't on the list. I asked a dude pulling in with a golf cart if he knew where they went. They moved out, like, years ago, man. New owners bought the place around 2016. I've been here since 2019 and never heard of them. I just stared at him. That can't be right. I was just here. Yesterday. He laughed awkwardly and rode off. I found a bench outside a nearby strip mall and sat there in silence. I looked at myself in the reflection of a vape shop window. Still looked 18. Face the same, no beard, same baggy jeans. I pulled my wallet out. ID still said 1996. Did the math. 28. I was supposed to be 28. I touched my face, my arms, my chest. No way, I was gone for 10 years. I wandered into a thrift shop. Thought I'd blend in, maybe look for a phone. Inside, I heard weird music blasting, distorted bass, warped vocals, glitched trap drums. Who's this? I asked the cashier. Oh, that's DE. Dude from SoFlo, huge in the post-meme underground right now. He's like evolving rap or whatever. Never heard of him. Never heard of anyone on the playlist. Where was Future? Tyler? Kendrick? Even XXX. It was like someone deleted the music I knew and replaced it with a mutant version. Tried talking to some teens skating outside a rec center. They looked at my setup and laughed. Yo, this deck looks like it's from 2012. It is, I muttered. They used weird words I didn't understand. Some of them had mullets and wore tight clothes with bizarre designs. I felt like a grandpa. Someone pointed at me and said, "Bros cosplaying 2014. I didn't even know what that meant. I just left. 5 p.m., I finally found a public library with computer access. Took me forever to figure out the login system. Searched my name. Nothing recent. Then I typed in Julian D. Missing 2014. Boom. Headlines. Local teen goes missing from skate park, presumed dead. 10-year anniversary of tragic disappearance. Parents move away after losing only child. Photos. My school pic. Memorials. Candlelight vigils. My stomach twisted. I had been gone. I wandered aimlessly, trying to keep my head straight. I passed a bus stop with a giant poster showing holograms performing live in stadiums. I saw an ad for a dating app with AI girlfriends. I heard a 10-year-old kid yelling, "That's a Sigma L take, bro." This wasn't my world anymore. This wasn't even my decade. At 7, I climbed the roof of an abandoned office building and sat at the edge. The sunset burned orange over the skyline. Everything I knew, gone. My friends, my family, even the language had changed. But I was still here. Still 18, still me, somehow. I thought about calling the cops or a hospital, but how do you explain this? Hey, I woke up after a decade in a skate park and didn't age at all. They'd toss me into a psych ward. Or worse, run tests on me. I needed proof. I needed someone to believe me. Someone who remembered who I was. The streetlights flickered on. I ducked into an alley and kept low. I couldn't go home. I didn't have one. Not anymore. But I had to find someone. Anyone. A name I knew. A place that hadn't changed. Something real. I wasn't dead. I was alive. I just had to prove it. I looked up at the moon and swore to myself, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm not a ghost, I'm not a memory, I'm still here, and I'm not leaving again, not this time. Sometime past midnight, the city never fully goes quiet, but in that alley, tucked behind a row of apartments I didn't recognize, it felt like the world had turned its back on me. I used my jacket as a mattress, my hoodie as a pillow. Concrete pressed hard against my spine, and every time I shifted, the cold would creep up through my bones. I curled up next to my board, the last piece of my old life I still had. A couple raccoons scurried by near the dumpster, and I swear one of them paused and looked at me like, "Damn, you two." Yeah, me too. I didn't sleep much, just faded in and out, tired but wired, running from the facts in my head. I kept hoping I'd wake up and it'd be a normal summer morning in 2014, that I'd hear my mom yelling from the kitchen, that I'd open my phone and see dumb group texts from the homies, that I'd still be Julian 18 alive, just a kid figuring it out. But when I finally opened my eyes, the sun had already painted the edge of the alley with a dull yellow glow, and I was still here, still in 2024. 7:45 a.m., June 3rd, 2024. I stood up, dusted off my jeans, cracked my neck, and grabbed my board. My muscles were stiff, like my body was still confused about what year it belonged to. I stretched a little, then rolled out of the alley like a ghost skating through a world that forgot me. As I pushed across the apartment parking lot, I got a few weird looks from a couple residents walking their dogs. They probably thought I was just some burnout-out kid who never left town. Maybe I was. I saw someone filming something on their phone across the street, some kind of TikTok or vlog or who knows what. They had this wild LED-lit camera rig and were dancing in front of a phone strapped to a ring light on a tripod, in broad daylight, on a sidewalk. I stopped for a second and just stared, confused as hell. The last time I remembered someone filming anything outside, it was either a Vine or a fight video. "Bro, you good?" The TikTok dude asked me without looking up. I didn't answer, just rolled on. The streets were crowded, cars bumper to bumper, too packed to even think about crossing, all electric, all sleek and quiet, like the future had snuck in while I was asleep. So I veered left and popped up onto the sidewalk, weaving between people like I was back in middle school, dodging hall monitors. The wheels on my board hummed against the pavement, the only familiar sound left in this new world. I didn't know exactly where I was headed. Maybe the library again, maybe the old school, maybe anywhere that still had a shadow of me in it. But I had to start somewhere, had to find someone who could say, "Wait, Julian, I remember you." Just one person, that's all I needed. Skating through this overbuilt, sun-bleached version of Boca Raton, everything feels off. Like the colors are too clean, like the past got paved over and sterilized. The old neighborhoods are luxury condos now. My spots are all gone, that's when I see it. A glass door tucked behind a new apartment complex labeled Community Library. No one around, no cameras, no keypad, just a sliding sign flipped to open. I push it, no resistance, just a soft creak as the door gives way like it's been waiting for me. Inside, empty. No desk clerk, no front desk, no AC hum, no click of keyboards, just silence. Books on clean shelves, chairs perfectly tucked in, the kind of silence that feels rehearsed, like it's trying too hard to be normal. In the far back is a dusty public computer, the screen still on. Guest mode. I sit, crack my knuckles, click, Chrome opens, search bars waiting for me like an old friend. I type, Julian Alvarado, Boca Raton, Florida missing. Boom, there it is. 2014 article, Palm Beach Post. Local teen presumed runaway, 18-year-old Julian Alvarado disappears, night of June 2nd, last seen at Veterans Park before closure. Phone was left at home, no last message, friends believed he walked home, never arrived. The pit in my stomach grows. No body ever found, no signs of foul play, park demolished 1 month later, case went cold. Locals claim he left town, started a new life, urban legends spun, the Boca ghost skater. They really thought I just bailed? No one checked the park, no one came back that night. Because I told them I was walking home, they believed me. I pull up YouTube, type in, Boca Burnout Veterans Final Ride deleted. Maddie's channel wiped. Lucas's clips gone. Dree, last post 2016, then radio silence. No one kept skating, no tribute, just silence. Reddit has one thread from years ago. Veterans Park Final Night, anyone remember that crew? One comment says, there was a kid, killed it on a kickflip off the bench, red snapback, think he disappeared or something. Yeah, I remember him. Wasn't that the same day the park closed? Then silence. That's all I am now. A half memory in a half deleted thread. I try TikTok, nothing. Except a weird edit. Pre-2015 course, Lost Summer Aesthetic. It shows a few slow-mo clips from our last day. One of them's me, frozen midair, kick-flipping in the sunset. The top comment, VHS vibes fur. Who's the skater? Nobody knows, OG ghost energy. They don't make summers like this no more, I lean back. My hands are shaking. No one's been looking for me because they thought I left. Because I said I was leaving, but I never did. I never made it home. The lights flicker softly above me. I glance around. Still no librarian, not even dust in the air. It's too clean, too quiet. Then on the wall near the exit, a single flyer, nearly torn in half behind new printouts, catches my eye. Missing. Julian Alvarado, 18. Last seen Veterans Park, June 2nd, 2014. Black and white photo, my old school portrait, snapback. Crooked smile. Missing for 10 years. I don't remember seeing this flyer around town. Not once. Did no one care? Did no one look? My voice cracks as I whisper, I'm right here. But nobody's around to hear it, and the silence stays. Julian clicks over to YouTube and his jaw tightens. The classic red logo? Gone. Now it's just a sleek, hollow triangle on a soulless black background. Everything's in dark mode by default, with rounded thumbnails and autoplay reels flooding the sidebar. What the hell happened to the homepage, he mutters, scrolling through endless reaction videos, AI music covers, and flashy thumbnails yelling in all caps. The layout's sterile, the vibe corporate. It feels less like the YouTube he knew and more like some dystopian content mall. Julian's reaction to finding out how far the Florida underground and the broader hip-hop landscape has changed would be a mix of confusion, disappointment, and maybe even a touch of grief. Wait, this is what it turned into. I kept scrolling through some local blog someone left open at the library computer. Something about new wave, SoFlo experimental rappers and post-digicore movement. Names I ain't never heard in my life. Netspend? LaserDim 700? Who? Man, half these cats sound like Wi-Fi passwords. The beats all sound like the inside of a PS5 overheating, and everybody sings like they swallowed autotune and trauma in the same cup. Where the hell's the dirt? The grit? The soul? Raider Clan used to sound like demons rapping over Memphis horror tapes. Metro Zoo had that whole drugged-out VHS aesthetic, and it still went hard. Back then, the underground felt dangerous, like you'd get possessed if you listened too long. Now it's all soft, synthetic, and glittery, like rap got ripped by a TikTok filter. And don't even get me started on Tyler. Bro used to bark on tracks. I still remember blasting Rusty with the windows down, that Wolf-era chaos. Now he wears loafers and makes love songs with jazz chords. Don't get me wrong, it's talented as hell, I get it, but it's like watching a lion turn into a museum exhibit. Earl, the kid who once rhymed like he was writing in his own blood, now he's somewhere out in the ether, mumbling riddles over lo-fi loops that sound like they were recorded in a haunted basement. He ain't the Earl I used to know. And Lean, bro, went from ginseng strip to fronting an indie band with eyeliner and guitars. Got a whole documentary now. Crazy. And Rocky? Man. You're telling me Testing was the last thing he dropped in 2018? That was before I disappeared. How the hell am I back and he still hasn't dropped an album? He went from Harlem's fashion god to whatever he is now. Too busy being Rihanna's man to rap, I guess. Everything I knew is either retired, reinvented, or irrelevant. It's like I died in a golden age and woke up in a digital fever dream. Oh man, Julian would absolutely trip out. Earl was one of those raw, cryptic, broken genius back in 2013, and to see how visually and sonically different he became would feel like a culture shock. Here's how Julian would react in his own words. That's Earl? I had to pause the video, like dead-ass pause it and rewind. That's not Earl's sweatshirt, that's somebody's uncle who just got out of spiritual rehab. Dreadlocks, a beard, and he looking like he'd been through the entire book of Revelations. Bro aged like he fought God and lost. I remember Doris Earl. Samoa returned, hoodie up, face like he ain't slept in 2 years, spitting bars so sharp they'd cut your soul open. Chum, Hive, 20-wave caps. That boy was 19 and sounded like a tortured poet from another timeline. Now I'm watching this dude walk around in a blurry video called East over some backwards circus music, rapping like he recorded it on a broken answering machine. What happened to the drums? Where the drums at? Why this beat sound like a fever dream? And the lyrics? Man, he out here speaking in riddles. It's like he's battling demons I ain't even met yet. Dude used to rap about anxiety, mama issues, and being stuck in his own head, but now it's like he's talking to the spirits in his fridge. I don't even know what half these lines mean anymore. I feel like I need a dictionary, a Bible, and a therapist just to decode this shit. And he's not even skinny no more either. Earl used to look like a sentient hoodie. Now he got weight on him. I mean, good for him, health-wise and all, but it's tripping me out. Like, everyone really moved on, huh? This ain't the odd future I knew. This ain't even the Earl I mourned when I vanished. It's like I got dropped off in a world where all the rebels turned into prophets and nobody told me the rules changed. Bro, what the f*** happened to the internet? I blinked and the world turned into a parody of itself. I'm out here trying to catch up, right? Figured I'd hit YouTube, see what's poppin'. And man, it's not what I remember. Where the hell is Filthy Frank? Where's Fred? Why is everything just some dude with a monotone voice talking over Fortnite clips for 28 minutes about drama and some YouTuber I've never heard of getting canceled? Canceled? What does that even mean? Like, canceled? How? How? Like Cartoon Network canceled? And don't even get me started on TikTok. First of all, why is it just Vine on crack? But worse, all I see is fast cut videos of the same 5 dudes dancing, yelling, or pranking people in Walmart. Like, is that entertainment now? They told me iShowSpeed and Kai Cenat are like the new internet kings. I thought they were rap names at first, but nah, just dudes who scream on live streams and get paid for it. Then there's Mr. Beast, who apparently spends more money per YouTube video than my entire city's budget. Who is this man? I saw one where he literally rebuilt Willy Wonka's factory. This ain't YouTube anymore. This is Nickelodeon meets a credit card scam. And bro, don't even get me started on rap. I looked up SoundCloud, hoping I'd find some Raider Clan type stuff, maybe even something like Wisside Boy or Bones still around. But nah, it's all some dude named LaserDim700 mumbling over a glitched out plug-and-B loop sounding like his mic was in a fish tank. What is this? Y'all killed Trap for this? Then I found out Lil Pump and Smoke Perp were the face of rap at one point, colored dreads, lean everywhere, acting like anime characters off the molly, and apparently they fell off faster than a Jenga tower in a hurricane. But the worst part? X really made it. X got big, man. That was the one I used to tell people about, yo, watch this dude, he gonna blow up. And he did. Then he got shot at 20, summer of 2018. I missed all of it. I missed the clout wave. The whole 2016-2019 Florida takeover. All the shows, all the Instagram lives, the moshing, the viral chaos. I blinked and it came and went like it never even happened. Everyone either got locked up, passed away, or turned into a meme. And now there's this whole NLU war going on. Apparently, Kendrick Lamar cooked Drake and J. Cole so bad they left the rap game looking like busted leftovers. Drake ain't even Drake anymore. Dude looks like a divorced dad with braids making house music and sampling elevator jingles. What happened to 0 to 100? What happened to bars? I saw GTA 6 trending too, thought it was a joke. Nah, it's real. Been in development for over a decade. The trailer looked like a movie, bro, but it's coming out on consoles I ain't even recognize. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, what happened to PS4? And people don't even joke the same no more. It used to be raw, filthy Frank levels of wrong. Now everybody's scared to say anything edgy, like they gonna get exiled from the internet. All I see is these dry-ass Reddit memes and commentary channels trying to sound woke ironic while they complain about the same 3 topics over and over. Moist Gar1 Tikal? Who? Everything's soft, filtered, overproduced, and sanitized. Ain't no edge, ain't no bite. Even memes feel like they came out of a corporate printer. It's like I died in 2014 and woke up in a sponsored dystopia. Everyone I knew either disappeared, sold out, or got exposed. I don't recognize this world, man. It's like they gentrified the internet. Okay, hold up. What the hell is Prime? Ain't nobody drinking Monster anymore? Or even like a Gatorade? What is this bright-ass bottle? Looks like an off-brand Powerade made by Twitch streamers or some Wait, I made a Coke flavor? Coca-Cola, why 3000? The first AI-generated soda? Nah, this world done lost its damn mind. Who let ChatGPT start making beverages? What's next? McDonald's menus written by robots? Bro, and gas is like $5 a gallon now? Back in my day, we were mad when it hit like $2.80. Everything's overpriced. Snacks cost more than a meal used to. A bag of Doritos is what now? $6? I feel like I woke up inside an NFT scam. And wait, hold on. The vice president guy, that Joe Biden dude that always looked confused on the news back in the Obama days, he's president now? You're telling me this grandpa is running the whole country? And he's running against Trump again. Donald Trump, the reality TV billionaire who used to get roasted on Twitter and had that "you're fired" show? That dude really became president, caused a riot, and still gets to run again with no consequences? Are we in like a cutscene from Watch Dogs 3? This ain't politics. This is a whole-ass Reddit thread turned into a horror movie. And now y'all telling me Tumblr's dead? Nah, stop playing. Tumblr was my whole vibe. That 2014 aesthetic, the grainy gifs, sad quotes, soft grunge girls with American spirit packs in their bios, that was culture. And now it's just TikTok edits calling it Tumblr core. What the hell is core even supposed to mean anymore? Everything got a core now. And Roblox, bro, I was on there every day before I blacked out. Back when it still looked like Lego people with stick arms and the games were just obbies and survival disasters. Now it's all hyper-realistic, corporate, and I don't even recognize my own damn account. My outrageous Builders Club hat is probably considered vintage drip now. Nah, this ain't just 10 years later. This is like the bizarro version of Earth. This is idiocracy on Monster instead of electrolytes. The AI makes soda. The billionaires run the country. Tumblr's a vibe now. I'm 28 but look 18, and somehow everything I grew up on is either a retro meme, a nostalgia core TikTok aesthetic, or completely irrelevant. I feel like the main character in some cracked out Adult Swim short. Bro, what do you mean my entire world is nostalgia now? Like, that's what people call it? Like I'm a walking aesthetic now, pre-2015 core? Is that a joke or a disease? You telling me iPod Nanos, Tumblr blogs, old Vine clips, and even the way I dress is now some trend kids ironically recreate on TikTok? You mean to tell me my real life, the life I was living, is now just some hashtag under a remix of a slowed down Lorde song with VHS filters over it? My whole generation got aesthetic ified and put in a slideshow with captions like simpler times? Man, what the hell happened? Wait, a what took over the world? A pandemic? COVID. What the hell is that? A band? No? A virus? You're telling me a virus shut the whole world down for 2 years? People were locked in, everything closed, and y'all were wearing masks like it was The Division or something? Bro, this sounds like a rejected Black Mirror episode. So let me get this straight. 2020 hits and the world just stops. That's why everybody's brain is fried. That's why the vibes are all off and people only speak in memes and slang now. That's what did it? That's what flipped the timeline? Nah. See, that makes sense now. That's why y'all act like the past doesn't even exist unless it's in some TikTok slideshow with captions like, if you remember this, your childhood was elite. That's why everything pre-2016 feels like it happened 100 years ago. Y'all lived through some apocalyptic Netflix arc and came out the other side completely warped. Everything I knew, everything that was normal, that's the nostalgia now. Like, I didn't just disappear, my entire reality did. And now it's just content, archive footage, flashback fuel for Gen Alpha edits. Bro, I woke up in a future that doesn't even remember itself? Okay, hold the up. Why is everything that used to be weird, niche, and low-key kinda underground as hell now like front page of the internet mainstream? Since when did a knockoff circus horror animation made with what looks like mid-2000s Adobe Flash graphics become TV pilot of the year? What the hell is a digital circus and why does it look like something I'd see on Albino Black Sheep at 3 a.m. in 2008? Has-Been Hotel? Haluva Boss? People used to call stuff like that cringe deviant art goth crap back in my day. Now they're getting merch sold at fucking Hot Topic and Walmart. You're telling me something with that much blood and F-bombs is just casually dropped on YouTube now like a Disney Plus release? He shakes his head slowly, looking like a confused caveman seeing a drone fly overhead. And don't even get me started on these indie games. Back in my day, indie games were like Yume Nikki. Weird, sad, silent. You had to download some shady-ass.zip from some sketchy Japanese fan page with like 2 English instructions and just pray your PC didn't die. Mother 3 was a forbidden artifact. Eddsworld was that one thing you'd reference once at school and everyone would blink and go, what the hell is that? Now you got, what, Cuphead, Bendy, Deltarune, kids be talking about Undertale like it's f***ing Zelda. Meanwhile, I'm over here still trying to explain what the hell off or Lisa, the painful even, is. And what the hell is a VTuber? Why is every anime girl on the internet now talking, moving, and reacting to chat like it's a cartoon live streamed on meth? You mean to tell me a whole industry popped off around PNG avatars with cutesy voices playing Minecraft and crying over super chats? Back in my day, if you liked anime, you either got bullied or had to act like you didn't. Now anime is an aesthetic? Mainstream TikTokers are watching Chainsaw Man. They made a Y2 core anime nostalgia edit of Death Note. What the actual hell is happening? Julian stares into the middle distance like a war veteran recalling lost time. Forums are dead, the blog era's gone. The whole internet used to feel like a bunch of personal corners and weirdos talking shut and badly drawn banners. Now everything's brand safe, copyright striked, TikToked, YouTubed, and locked behind some user agreement that scrolls longer than a Bible. Even Roblox forums are dead. Roblox. Forums. You know how hard it is to kill a forum where people argued over hats and gear from 2009? Everything that was once weird and niche and kind of sacred in a dorky, intimate way has now been turned into content, monetized, marketable, mass-produced. It's like my whole childhood got mined for aesthetic clout. He throws up his hands, sighs deeply, and mutters, I blinked and woke up in the Hot Topic version of the Twilight Zone. Class of '09? Julian squints at a TikTok playing some glitchy, pastel-drenched footage of a game he's never seen before, complete with an AI voice saying, POV, you're dating a mentally unstable vaporwave girl in 2009. Wait, what the hell is this? This looks like someone took Newgrounds Trauma, an old AIM conversation, and a broken .exe file, smashed it together and called it a visual novel for sad alt girls on TikTok. And why's it got 50 million views? He reads the caption, Class of '09, aesthetic core vibes. His eye twitches. Bro, I was the class of '09. Rhythm games are mainstream now? He scrolls again. Cut to some kid with RGB lights smashing keys to Osu at lightning speed, while another TikTok shows someone doing cosplay fan cams of Friday Night Funkin' characters. Okay, no. Osu used to be that one game only the anime freak with a Wacom tablet knew how to play. The one you'd try once, fail instantly, and give up on. Now it's, what, normalized? Competitive? Twitch monetized? His voice raises an octave in disbelief. And Guitar Hero is now considered nostalgia? I played that with my cousins on the Wii. It's now being sold at Goodwill for $6 next to boxed VCRs, like it's a historical artifact. Roblox went corporate? He logs back into his Roblox account from 2014, username something cringy like XXJoel's the Gamer XX. His old avatars, messages, and gear still exist, but everything else is unfamiliar. This doesn't even look like Roblox. Where's the sketchy obbies? Where's the broken ragdoll physics? And where's the unmoderated chaos? It's all smooth and shiny now. They're selling digital Louis Vuitton. There's seasons and ads in games now. This used to be an awkward Lego fever dream. Now it looks like Fortnite had a baby with TikTok.
Yeah.
Hot Topics sold out too. He opens Hot Topics website. Who the hell designed this bland-ass site? Where's the chaotic red-black aesthetic? The splatter fonts? The anime shirts with borderline NSFW art that gave Christian moms heart attacks? This looks like IKEA now. All minimal text, soft borders, some weird pastel Y2K core filter over clothes that look like AI tried to draw a scene kid based on Tumblr tags. He scrolls to the trending music section and sees names like Six Hourly Human and Quanic. Who the hell is Six Hourly Human? And why do they look like a scene kid made in The Sims on crack? This isn't scene. This isn't scene. This is a parody of what real scene kids used to be. This is what happens when TikTok takes subcultures and chews them up into aesthetic filters for white girls doing transitions to vintage ragecore remixes of Metro Station songs. He finds a playlist called Hyperpop 2025 Vibes, with artists screaming over distorted breakbeats, anime SFX, and lyrics like, "I'ma cry in my Hello Kitty coffin." This is what passes for music now. This sounds like what happens when you break a DS Lite and let it loop. I remember when the weirdest stuff we had was Nightcore YouTube videos with Naruto AMVs, and people thought that was cursed. At least that had some heart behind it. Even SCP got gentrified. He finds an SCP TikTok edit that's like, POV, you're in love with SCP-049 with a slowed down Blady song and vaporwave filter. Nuh-uh. No, you cannot make romantic thirst edits of Plague Doctor SCPs. You people have turned internet horror into aesthetic. This used to be the place where weirdos wrote long-ass lore about creepy monsters and shady facilities like it was internet Lovecraft. Now it's dating sim bait. SCP used to be the edgy goth cousin of Creepypasta. Now it's sold as merch on Etsy by candle shops. He slumps back in his chair, mouth open slightly, like a kid who just got told Santa never existed and also killed his dog. I was only gone for a decade, 10 years, and the internet turned into a fashion show run by ADHD Zoomers with a god complex and a ring light. He stares blankly at the screen, whispering to himself, I'm living in a world where Hot Topic is flavorless, Roblox is a corporate platform seen as satire, and my entire digital childhood is now a TikTok hashtag. This isn't the future. This is a content machine from hell wearing my past like a Halloween costume. MLG memes are dead. Julian's hand trembles as he types MLG montage parody into YouTube and sorts by upload date. Nothing but re-uploads of old 2014 content or ironic Gen Z edits calling them retro memes. Bro, not even one new MLG video? No new Doritos versus Mountain Dew edits? No Snoop Dogg smoke weed everyday ear rape cuts? Not even a fresh MLG Thomas the Tank Engine remix? He's hit by a wave of cold, dead silence that no air horn or 420 blaze it overlay can fill. The last new MLG video was uploaded 11 years ago. He stares blankly. It's official. The internet killed its weird phase. We're never getting the dumb, chaotic, cursed energy back. It's all clean, branded, relatable. Vaporwave's gone too? He opens his old aesthetic playlist. Floral Shop, Blank Banshee, St. Pepsi, all relics now. The genre that once felt like haunting a dead mall in your dreams is now completely buried under lo-fi beats to vibe2.mp4. You mean to tell me Vaporwave got gentrified, died, and then got replaced by some chill cowgirl studying to mathcore? Vaporwave used to feel like someone trying to remember what the 80s felt like after a coma. Now it's been turned into a filter pack. He sees YouTube comments on an old Macintosh Plus video that say things like, anyone else here from TikTok? I'm in hell. Wait, who the hell are 100 Jeks? He stumbles across Money Machine by 100 Jeks. Why does this sound like the inside of a broken DS that got modded by a vape pen? You lil piss baby, you think you're so f***ing cool. Huh? The beat is an explosion of nightcore glitches, distorted bass, and PC screaming vocals. This is what people consider the future of music now. This is what killed MLG memes and gave birth to hyperpop. This is like if Skrillex and Keisha got hit by lightning inside a Tumblr blog. Sailor Moon GIFs are mainstream. He watches a funny memes compilation and sees Sailor Moon used as a reaction image with Gen Z captions like, me after ghosting someone for mental health. You mean the same GIFs we used to post unironically on our DeviantArt profiles are now meme reaction templates on X? And Twitter's called X now? Bro, I leave the internet for a decade and Elon Musk turns it into a Black Mirror-ass simulation? Drake has muscles now? Julian pulls up a music video from Drake in 2022. He sees Drake shirtless, oiled up, muscles looking suspiciously sharp, flexing under artificial lighting. Hold up. Drake got buff? When? What happened to awkward, skinny Aubrey who sang about girls not texting him back? Now he looks like a Jigga Chad trying to sell protein powder. He hears the beat. It's smooth trappin' B, moody, and auto-tuned. Not really rap, more like Spotify core. Bro's not even rapping anymore. This sounds like he's singing about breakups inside a Balenciaga store. He scrolls back to Best I Ever Had from 2009. No beard, no muscles, just a corny-ass Canadian in a hoodie making simp music for 14-year-olds in math class. And now he's all about aesthetic beats, TikTok reels, and fake deep visuals. Julian leans back in his chair. Everything that used to be weird, niche, experimental, or cringy but honest has either died, been erased, or got turned into ironic TikTok core memes for kids who weren't even born yet when I was watching YouTube poops in 2240p. He lets out a bitter laugh. Even my childhood's forgotten internet junk has been posthumously aestheticized, branded, remarketed, and spat back at me like a corporate slideshow of quirky nostalgia. MLG, Vaporwave, Sailor Moon GIFs, Creepypastas, even fucking Drake, none of it is what it was. He stares at the screen, dead inside, muttering, I miss when the internet was weird and not just pretending to be weird for likes. Julian sits in the dark, hoodie on, old Beats headphones clinging to dear life. He's on YouTube. He's searching for something familiar, something real. Let me see what Macklemore's been up to. Clicks on the channel. Sees a thumbnail. Macklemore, Heinz Hall uploaded 3 weeks ago. He pauses, tilts his head. What the hell is Heinz Hall? He clicks play. The beat starts. It's slow, dramatic, piano-heavy. There's no humor, no swagger, just political protest footage, student uprisings, Gaza references, campus chants, and a bald white guy with a buzz cut, mustache, and black tea rapping in a way that reminds Julian of 2017 Eminem, but like the Trump-era liberal fire emoji Twitter thread version. Wait, is this Macklemore? He squints closer. The guy in the video's face is more weathered. His energy's different, not even trying to be fun anymore. Hold the f*** on. That's Ben? That's the same dude who made Thrift Shop and Can't Hold Us? Where the hell is the faux hawk? The Goodwill fur coat? The Ray Lewis intro? The song continues. It's dead serious. Pro-Palestine, student-led revolution bars, no humor, no metaphors, just raw activist poetry. Passionate, sure, but Julian's stuck in emotional whiplash. This man went from poppin' tags and making anti-consumerist party bangers to becoming Anderson Cooper with a mic. What happened? He clicks over to a newer performance video. Macklemore's dressed like a 40-something punk dad with "I read books now" energy. Dead serious. No goofy grin, no funky saxophone. Julian leans back in his chair, his voice cracks. He's old now. There's a long silence as the weight hits him. He was one of the last fun ones, man. A white dude who knew he was goofy and leaned into it. A thrift shop knight. And now he looks like your divorced English teacher who won't shut up about Palestine and systemic oppression at open mic night. What happened to the heist era, bro? He pulls up Can't Hold Us and watches it side by side with the new Macklemore. The difference is jarring. One version is yelling from a dog sled with sky-high energy. The other is standing solemnly in front of NYPD riot gear with gray in his beard. I mean, I respect the message. I do. It's powerful, brave, needed. But I miss when Macklemore sounded like he was rapping over a used GameCube he bought for $6. I miss when he made me feel like weird was cool. Now he makes me feel like I forgot to pay my student loans. He sighs, deep, like a man realizing his youth has officially expired. Everybody's changed. Even Macklemore grew up. Julian closes the tab. For a second, he considers playing Wings. He can't. Too many emotions. He stares blankly at the screen and whispers, first it was Roblox, then YouTube, then Vaporwave. Now Macklemore's woke, bald, and serious. My whole timeline's collapsing. Julian sat there in the quiet library, fingers trembling as he typed Odd Future Talk Forum into the Google search bar. His last hope, the final digital shrine to a summer that once felt infinite. The link popped up, but clicking it led him to a stark white page with a cold message. OFT was officially shut down on June 1st, 2022. Thanks for the memories. No archive, no goodbye thread, no trace of the threads he lived on in 2012 and 2013, just gone like it was never real. His stomach sank. Odd Future, the music, the chaos, the memes, the family, reduced now to just a clothing line hanging in PacSuns and Zumias across dead malls. That was it. Another ghost, another piece of him. Deleted. Julian slouched deeper into the busted faux leather library chair, fingers hovering over the keyboard as he typed in coolmathgames.com for some sweet mindless nostalgia. Run, Fireboy and Watergirl, maybe even Block Swords. But instead of launching into those familiar, clunky animations, he's met with a cold message. Adobe Flash Player is no longer supported as of December 30, 2020. He stares at it like a death certificate. No way. They really killed Flash. A moment of silence hangs heavy. Shockwave 2, apparently, gone a year earlier. He opens YouTube in frustration, searching Battle for Dream Island to take the edge off, and instantly regrets it. Millions of views, loud thumbnails, kids screaming in comment sections, TikTok fan edits everywhere. Wait, BFDI's mainstream now? He blurts out, scrolling through object show clones with thumbnail faces slapped on anything from waffles to vape pens. It doesn't stop there. Inanimate Insanity? Same fate. Same squeaky clean, kidcore rebranding. It's like someone replaced the scrappy teen fan base he remembered with sugar rush 10-year-olds on their parents' phones. Out of morbid curiosity, he checks DeviantArt, only to find it's no longer the weird haven of edgy OCs and neon gore art. Now it's all Y2K core mood boards, AI Barbie vomit, and pastel-coated filters that parody the Tumblr aesthetic he once lived through. Julian leans back, eyes wide. Bro, this ain't Y2K. This ain't even 2014. It's like a bootleg Target brand version of it, done by kids who weren't even alive yet. His head spins. Nostalgia had been gutted, rebranded, and sold back as trendcore. The weird internet? Sanitized. He couldn't tell if he was grieving or just severely lagging behind.